everyone, welcome to my show. Be sure to hit like, follow, and subscribe on YouTube and Twitch for all my exclusive content. Hey, good evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I know, yes, I am on at the earlier time. Like I said on my Sunday show, I do have dinner plans tonight, going out with the missus. I feel like I'm eating my microphone here. So I wanted to jump on, do a quick stream before we have to leave and go out to dinner. Appreciate you being here. What's up, Olympus? Lloyd, I know you're still at work. Yeah, I literally just hit the button to clock out myself. Let's get that done. What's up, Senkor? Just make sure I didn't miss anything earlier. Just want to hop on real fast and, yeah, the perk of working from home. Yeah, clock out work stuff, log in personal stuff. Yep. Just pivot right on over. So I did want to talk about these events real fast, since we do have our Mega Cube is back. We'll give everybody a minute. I know Lube just went live too, I think, just a minute ago, so people might be over there hanging out with him already, and I won't hold it against you. So we do have a Flash Pass. The Flash Pass is all Voyager officers. We're making it a pretty decent little Flash Pass here. You've got Tom Paris, Harry Kim, some Syndicate XP, and a couple of Doctor Shards floating away in here in the top half. Down below in the bottom half, it's 12 more shards for the Doctor, and you're looking at 8, 13, 15 for Tom and Harry, which could be enough to potentially tier one of them up for you. Actually, it would look like it would give me a Harry Kim boost here. Tier 1 to 2 is not much of an increase on these guys. It's a 10% to 15% chance, so only a 5% increase. Not really. I mean, it is an increase, but you're still not in that reliable part yet. If they go up one more tier, and now you're looking at, them being 30% or something like that with their morale, hull breach, burning, whatever, proccing. But for $10, this isn't a bad pickup here in terms of shards and Syndicate XP. I do have to do some domination events. We do have a ship event coming up in about an hour, so that's probably where I'll finish this up. But as far as the Mega Cube, well, did everybody have fun with their PvP, Tallos, and Vidar events? With no level ops ranges? If you can hit it, you can kill it, right? Not exactly the most balanced of events, but then again, it's a PvP event. When are those ever really balanced? PvP in and of itself is kind of an unbalanced mechanic. But that's where they make their money. With the Tallos event, there's a drastic difference in terms of the strength of people in their Tallos. Just because of all of the different possibilities in terms of level locks and level ranges and things. 2 or 3 ops levels can mean 1 or possibly even 2 tiers difference on a Tallos. So you can have some pretty drastic power differences. On my free-to-play account, I didn't even finish this event because everybody who was in the system at the time, they were all, 48s and 49s, and they're talking about, 25, 30 million strength Tallos ships, and I'm about 6 million, and I also don't have Carol Freeman on that account, so it wasn't even like I could try and punch up. Lloyd, you were able to just cruise through yours because you have a strong tally for your level. Awesome. Congratulations on being able to do that quick. Darth, you did the opposite. You just parked a ship with Uhura Kirk and then Honor Guard Worf, and then everybody just attacked you and got blown up. Countering their critical / hull breach kind of stuff can work really, really well if you have the right crew below decks as well, or the ship itself is decently strong. So that is an option. The other option is if you are going to just suicide yourself and just kill yourself 24 times in order to finish the event. Make sure you just put Vemit as your captain, so that way he doesn't, when you blow up, you don't actually die. You blow up again. You only have to make 12 trips instead of 24 trips. It saves you 12 repair bills. Also another option there. The Vidar one was a little bit better because, unless you are in that, 25 to 30 ops range, for the most part, everybody, Vidars are in a much narrower range. I mean, yes, obviously somebody's level 60 with a Vidar versus somebody level 39 with a Vidar. Because of all the research involved, you're going to see a drastic difference in power. But, a level 33 versus a level 43, not as big of a power difference, and that fight might actually be a little more competitive. And this one, I felt like this one was a little easier to do and not quite as lopsided. Olympus, you just got a couple milestones and called it a day. The rewards aren't great. I mean, it is 6,000 of these credits, as well as 100 of these, so it's one pack, and 6,000 credits would get you something in the event store. If we go look at the event store real fast. Well, actually, before we do that, the Cube SLB is also going on. I see lots of people are taking this route and just farming freebooters for 125 points apiece. They're just camped out in the level 38, level 40 systems, and they're just killing freebooters over and over again. Some people have hit their 2,000 kill max just farming low-level freebooters to score higher on this particular leaderboard. As you can see, I'm clearly not interested in that, because again, it is only a couple thousand difference of these war tokens. You can pick up a lot more points doing Borg armadas and stuff, but I would hold off on those if you can, because typically speaking, when we have this event on the third day is when we see, milestones to run or events to run Borg cubes or solo armadas or that kind of stuff. Also, from a mathematical standpoint, you'll see here destroying Borg armadas. Destroying an uncommon gets you 500 points. Destroying a rare gets you 1,000. Well, you can run a regular cube for one directive. A rare costs you 4 directives. So if you're going this route for points, do 4 uncommons, you'll get 2,000 points. In terms of spending directives, obviously it takes longer to spend them this way, but you can keep spending them and go this route right here on these cubes. Take your 350 points for spending them. That's the only reason to do it on Olympus. That is the only reason people are really going crazy, because of the additions to the event store. A couple of new things that they did put in here. Obviously, you've got your pack in here if you want to recruit with the rewards right there. The recruit tokens that are in here, this is current with all of the Borg officers available. So Hugh is in there, the Borg Queen is in there as well. Obviously, chances to upgrade and or tier them up. But the other addition is this addition, Fleet Commander Locutus. You're limited to 30 shards per event, so if you have an abundance of this stuff saved up, you can't just be like, hi, I want Locutus. You're still going to have to wait for 5 iterations. I can't believe I said that. And since this event typically tends to run like quarterly, we usually get this once a quarter, you would be able to, solely through this event, unlock Locutus for free in 2025. But if you combo this up with the incursion store, this could be a way to help you speed that up, so it won't take you, 8.5 months. This could be that half month, right? You're like, oh, I got to win 9 months of incursions events or whatever it is, or 8 months of incursions, and because you need 22,500 coins and 3,000 per win. Yeah, 7.5 months, which rounds up to 8. Well, if I get half a month here, then I only need 7 wins, and then I can get Locutus as my officer out of the incursion store. So possibility here to speed this along a little bit is nice. If you're just going to try and source Locutus directly through this, even if you had enough currency to cash in, you need 60 plus thousand, 67,500. Is that even possible? Like, who's even getting that number? Who's getting 67,500? What would you possibly have to do? If you win your SLB, you get 36,000. You do your SMS events, that's another 6,000, so we'll call that 18 for the 3 SMSs. Maybe there's 2 more tomorrow for another 2. That gets you to 30. You win your SLB, that gets you to 66,000. And your alliance places fairly high. That's kind of the only way you're getting it done. You got to do all 5 SMSs, if there are 5 of them, and then finish in like the top 2 or 3 of both the alliance and your SLB to get you enough currency to do the full 30 officer or Locutus shards. Probably not happening for 99% of the players out there, but every little bit you can get is less you have to buy from the incursion store, which I guess is a good thing there. Other things that are available in here, you've got the Borg Queen and Gasa and Dezok are also in here. Now, one of these, I always forget which one it is not available in the expansion cube refinery. It's Gasa. Okay, so you've got the Borg Queen and Dezok. So the only way currently to source Gasa shards, if you wanted to tier up your Gasa, is through random events. Gasa being the officer who boosts your mitigation when you're fighting a player after you've applied Assimilate to them, which can only happen as early as round 2. And since half the PvP fights end in round number 1, not exactly a must upgrade officer by any stretch of the imagination. But there are the options to get Hue shards at 6,000 apiece. You know, the regular officers are 2,000 apiece. Your standards 2,000 for rare, 6,000 for epics. If you wanted to try and source any of these individual officers, if you don't have a Vidar yet, or you want a second Vidar, you can get half of it right here. Okay. It's not bad. 5 blueprints for 3,800 isn't a bad exchange rate. And that might save you some time in terms of unlocking this ship if you're in your just hitting your 20s, mid-20s. Now, the other thing to keep in mind, too, are some of these other directives and Mega Cube directives. That is where we usually do get that third day event. We'll wait and see if they changed anything. Because usually there's an event where, like, you spend Mega Cube directives, and then the reward for the event is that it gives you currency plus the Mega Cube directives. So as long as you buy them once and you wait until the event on the 3rd day, you just keep paying it forward every month. Hopefully that event comes back tomorrow. We'll have to just wait and see about that. Ace, surprised. Yeah, I'm on a little earlier today. I mentioned that over the weekend. I have dinner plans this evening, so I just wanted to hop on for a few quick minutes, chat with you guys before I have to leave in about a half hour. Hey, Barkman. So, try to hold off if you can on doing any of this stuff until tomorrow. I know everybody was jumping on it day 1, just trying to get some stuff done. Obviously, the other SLB over here for gaining officer shards. You can get any officer shards. The points for this event come from right here, though. Spend 1 officer XP. That's where all the points are going to come from. I don't know why that's on here as really an option. And you get bonus points if you tier up or level up Borg officers. But if you look at the leaderboards, I'm sure it's, hey, look, 95 million, 60 million, 50 million. Yeah, none of that has anything to do with recruiting any of these new officers. It's all spending officer XP. So if you want to try and move up said leaderboard, that's what you're going to have to do. It's not a bad way to finish up a domination event, though. If only I had a Discord to tell people I was going to be on early. I like to keep you on your toes, right? I got to catch you, lull you into a false sense of security so I can wham. Do I have any Borg officers? You know, let's look at it this way. Upgradable. Well, I got a whole bunch of people here that I could promote. I could also promote data. Would you look at that? Well, let's just do that. That was fun. And now we're looking at Borg officers. Probably the most likely one to promote, if I had the currency, which I don't, would be 2 of 11. That's just more mining speed. That's not so good. We're going out for Italian. Italian cuisine. I don't really want to waste materials on either of those clowns. So, alright, let's see what we got. Maybe I have some levels I can put into some of these people that I've already... Probably not. Oh, you've got room for 1 more level, but yeah. That's about it. So no big bonuses for... I guess I'll take that. Can I use data on a crew with Picard or Pike and run him through Spock Club? Yes, you could do that. Oh, you want me to do that? Well, not today. To be honest, data doesn't really seem overly impressive anymore, but maybe there's a Picard Beverly data Armada crew that does something. I mean, what's he going to do? He's going to lower their mitigation, so more of your damage is going to get through. But that's about it. Nobody else on that crew is adding anything. You don't have anybody adding crit chance. You don't have anybody adding any other damage bonuses or things like that, so... There's definitely a limitation in terms of what data can really accomplish there. Because that's all that his ability does. When fighting non-player targets, he increases your penetration stats by 180%. This used to be really, really good. Now we've got enough other research in some of these new buildings and things that also boost this kind of stuff that this isn't as big of a deal. You're going to see that big diminishing returns on it. As captain, you get a nice little boost to critical hit chance with him too. So now if you're getting more critical hit chance and more of this, that wouldn't be so bad. But if you want to try to boost this ability to a larger number, then you got to use Picard, and then you're not really getting a lot of other benefits. Yeah, I'll make a note. Nuts. Maybe I'll do a short video about that this weekend or something. We'll play around with some. We'll play around with some data. See what we can come up with. How you guys doing? Everybody having a good day? Hopefully. Yeah, so that's it for our Mega Cube stuff. You've got a few hours left if you didn't cash in your Dabo tokens. As you can see, I'm, of course, I've got 90% of the way, or yeah, 90% of the way there. I'm one token short from pulling it in another batch, which sounds about right. So that currency can live on in my inventory forever. Barkman, you maxed out Miles and Moreau. Awesome. And you leveled up a bunch of Borgs. You must be doing pretty well on your leaderboard then. Congratulations. That's what I was looking for. All right, so I need to spend about another 500k. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Oh, there's a ship XP event, actually. I'll just get that then. Olympus, you were 100,000 faction recruit tokens deep before you realized that XP scored. You're wondering, how did everybody get such large totals? You're like, why am I not moving? Why are my scores not going anywhere? Oh, right. Because XP is also a thing. Yeah, that's another one of these sort of misleading events. They want you to think it's all about recruiting and things like that. And even if it was like promoting, like spending faction credits to promote an officer gave you a set number of points, that would be fine. But the fact that officer XP also scores means it really is just an officer XP event. That's all it is. There's no benefit to gaining shards. It's by far the inferior point characteristic. Oh, that's right. I was looking to see if I did my daily. Did I do? I did not do my Titan daily. Totally forgot about that. So let's get that done. It's the best daily ever. Fly your ship out of your base, click one button, poof, done. Awesome. Mantis, you got to do 4 times. It's not nearly as good. We'll do that later. The overflow event also does have a couple extra of these officers as well, so solid chance to pick up some Voyager officers this particular month. Even the final one here, in addition to having the de-sealing rods, you got another handful of these officer shards. So even if you don't buy the $10 flash pass, you could still pick up a decent amount of all 3 of these officers, which is a lot better than their current drop rate out of those rare formation Armada boxes. But otherwise, we're just sort of in a holding pattern now. We're in between arcs, and based on the message, surprisingly, posted like punctually by Eco, we've got Mega Cube going on through tomorrow. Thursday, we'll launch Crucible of War, so we'll have that Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Sunday we'll start our Halloween events, which will have Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Wednesday, November 1st, starts a 3-day faction hunt. And then we get Hostile Hunt to wrap things up, and then our new arc will launch, what is that, November 7th? Tuesday the 7th looks like our new arc launch. We don't know what event's going to be here on the 6th. It does say Hostile Hunt 11-4 and 11-5, but we don't have anything here for Monday the 6th. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what we've got there. Maybe we'll get that Gold Rush event back again to go with Latinum Rush. I know. Don't jinx it. Don't put that out there in the universe, but I did. I'm sorry. We might be getting that event again. So we'll just have to hang out, wait and see what we're going to get, and then obviously we'll get the new arc. So we've got basically 2 weeks from today. Whether or not Incursions will also be in there isn't on the calendar. Maybe they don't know if they can do it. Maybe they don't know if they have everything fixed. With battle station reporting and some of the other bugs and glitches that have been going on. Maybe that's why they moved Locutus over here, because Incursions is still broken. So, Lloyd, you hope the next arc is better than this last one? Fingers crossed. It's going to probably, it should be probably another short little 2-month arc. And then we'll start something fresh in January. However, they could completely throw caution to the wind and just start a whole new thing right now. But then that means we're not getting an event store in December, and that's really going to disappoint some people too, because that means we'll only have had 2 event stores this year. And that is something that people very much look forward to having on a regular basis. And given how we went from 4 to 3, going from 3 to 2 would certainly be a bit of a downer, especially for the free-to-play, not being able to get that, or the very low spenders not having that event store. I think would really continue to undermine the confidence that people have in this game, or what little confidence they have in this game left. Maybe we just get one 3-month-long event store going from November to January. Max says Incursions on November 6th. Just have everybody do it all on that Monday. It's not usually how they do it, but hey, you never know. Excuse me. Just one of those mentally exhausting days at work, so gonna get that battery recharged. But I think that's about it. Otherwise, it's kind of just a quiet little lull right now, right? This is where we just kind of catch up on stockpiling on your basic mats, get your Voyager loops, your Mounavine loops, whatever other loops you've got going on, loop, swoop, pull, whatever the case is. Just go get all those stupid things going. In fact, let's go park you out here to make sure I've got enough stuff for this dumb thing. The lull between the lulls. Yeah, yeah. Or lulls. Yeah. Either way works. But yeah, I think we're all just kind of just crossing our fingers and waiting. Like you know, the game has really taken an interesting turn the last 3 months, and I think now we're just like, what's the payoff for it? Where's this going? Just stop dangling us along, right? Are you breaking up with me? What are we doing here? Are we going steady? Did I have a grade for the last arc? No. It wouldn't be good. I mean, there was no new ship. Okay, that was fine. What even was our new feature? What did we have in October? We got a couple new officers who were very difficult to source and who don't do a whole lot. We got Freeman, who was, okay, he's a nice officer and he was given away for free. Awesome, good mechanic, but, boosting reputation. Okay, we'll take a little bit of a bonus from that, but it's not a lot. More cargo space. Okay, great. Not a lot. Again, maybe when you tear them up a little bit, but how am I going to tear them up? It's going to take a while to do. Shax is the third piece of the, subbing into a slot here, breaking up Battleship Strike Team. Do you need him? Is he better than Ortegas? Maybe. Haven't tried him out yet, so can't say for certain. Ta'ana, Ta'ana doesn't actually do a whole lot down here because the defense is so much worse than offense. G5 Armadas. Oh, there you go. Okay. Well, G5 Armadas were an upgrade. That was a nice improvement. You're right. That was a very big change. The G5 Armada boxes are a nice addition to the game, and the G5 Armada sourcing for tokens and things. If they had left it how it was at launch day, where the starter chests were garbage, which is what they were, and we're like, no, we put all the loot in the thing because we want, the people who are killing it, we want the people who have the big ships to get the rewards. Screw all the little guys who are getting carried by the people who are paying for it. And that kind of blew up in their face a little bit. And then they had to quickly make some adjustments to that and make the starter chests bigger. But these actual bundles here, these are a nice improvement. That would be an A plus, grade you get out of here. You get what, a C for the officers. There's no new ships. Yeah. The overall events, some of them overlapped, which wasn't bad. So the calendar and the month flowed pretty well. So that was fine. But I think that's about what I got. G5 Armada should have been released a long time ago. Yes. Yeah, they should have. How are we supposed to get shards for the cat lady? That was through a whole mechanic nuts where you had to either do the SMS to get the coins, the the spend event on her weekend basically gave you coins that you had to get enough of and then spend money on top of it to get enough to actually cash them in to get her for free. But you're not really getting her for free because you had to buy the coins. So it was a whole thing. And depending on how far you made it in her SMS, determined how many packs you had to buy out of the store. It could range anywhere from $100 to $400. in order to get to Ana. And then even if you got to Ana, it still didn't make enough of a difference because isolytic offense is better than isolytic defense. Denver's got the unpopular opinion. You kind of liked these small starter chests because starting armadas with Voyagers just for starters feels stupid. Same as feeding loot to whales who does not need more feeding. I'm okay with the principle of the starter's chest being, you know, smaller, but not quite to the level that they were. The starter chests for G5 armadas were smaller than G4 armadas. And it was just like, okay, that you can keep them the same if you want and then pump up the loot, for the actual people doing the killing. But to be like, hey, a level 54 rare is going to give you less in the starter's chest than a level 43 rare. It's like those numbers shouldn't be that drastically different. Yeah. So segmenting armadas for different ops, making the smaller guys have to learn to kill their stuff. No, making the smaller guys have to pay to level up faster is kind of what the intention was there. It was, we're not going to give them any benefit for killing stuff, so if you want to get this other loot, you better buy some packs and upgrade your stuff. And they're already buying a whole lot of packs for all this other stuff that you have them doing, and that's, yeah. It was just, gimme, 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 gimme more cash. Money, please. Nuts, you might have to save up then if you want to, you know, try and take a, skip a weekend or two, save up materials, so that way you can compete in one of these SMSs and make it further up the leaderboard to get more shards for a particular officer. What are we selling here? A whole bunch of Borg stuff. Lots and lots of Borg stuff. More of these recruit tokens. More of these cubes. You got the No One Shall pack that's still in here for $100 for 25 7 of 9 shards. And a boatload of titanium for your PvPing needs. There's a couple trillion. So you skip all the mat spends all the time, and you only use mats during SMS weekends, and you're only getting the first 1 or 2 milestones to get 2 to 4 shards. That doesn't sound right. Maybe you're just being a little facetious or sarcastic about how many shards you're actually getting. Get me out of here. I'm in the pay store. I don't want to be in the pay store. I was just curious to see what else they had that they might have been selling in there. But all right. All right. Well, I think that was all I wanted to pop on. Just say hi to everybody. Just chat about these events real fast. Let's go raid out Lube. He's been streaming for a little bit. He's just getting going. I hope you guys all have... Oh, and now Twitch is just being weird and won't even let me raid. What the heck is going on? It wouldn't let me change the stream. Now won't let me raid. This damn thing is broke. Is Scopely programming Twitch now? But everybody jump on over to Lube's channel. Tell him I said hi. Thank you guys all very much for being here. I will be back on Thursday evening hopefully, and we'll see what we got going on then. Take it easy, everybody. Have a good night.